Hey guys, Toti here. Hope you missed me. I'm back with what's it called? Innistrad draft. Yes, this is actually my very first Innistrad draft ever. So we'll go through this together. You'll have to bear with me because I don't really know all of the cards. So yeah, let's take a look at this. I have read some of the articles though, so I more or less know what is good and what is viable and what not. So let's take a look. I think there are three options here to consider. One is this Banshee, that is pretty decent. The other one is the Geist Catcher's Rig, which is pretty good as well, and also colorless, so that's something we want to consider. And then I guess the Bloodhaul is pretty good, although it does kind of commit us into two colors, which is something I would rather not do early. So I think what I'm going to pick here is the Rig, because it's a colorless card, so it would leave us open to any of the other possibilities, and or rather to any color possibilities, and it's not so much. There's not such a big difference in power level to these other two cards, so I'll just take that and see where that leads us. Alright, so what are our options here? This thing is okay, I guess. This thing is pretty decent. Unburial Rites is also pretty good. Bonds of Faith is probably the best card here, I would think. And that's about it. So it's really between Bonds of Faith and Burial Rites and the Gustav Shepherd guy. I think Bonds is definitely better than the Warden if we're going to pick a white card. I don't really want to pick on Burial Rites because, again, this is only at its best in these two colors, so black and white, and I don't really want to commit that much to it yet. So between Bonds of Faith and Gustav Shepherd, I guess I would rather have the Bonds of Faith, which can go into either an aggressive or a controlish deck, whereas this kind of squares us in a bit more into the aggressive kind of deck, so let's just go with that. Which is also, I think, to be honest, the most powerful card there in the pack. So, okay. So now there are a few cards that I would like here. I think the best cards in the pack are Prey Upon, which is green removal. That's pretty nice. Then we have, this is decent if we want to go with the Zombies deck, the Auto Mill deck. Travel Preparations is good if we want to go the green-white aggro route. Hamlet Captain is also fine, but I don't think I think at that point I'd pick the Travel Preparations over it. I think here I'm gonna go with the Prey Upon. I think it's the strongest card in the pack, and we can go into some kind of a green-white aggressive deck. I mean, in that case, Travel Preparations is. I mean, you could argue it's even better than the Prey Upon, but I think there's a chance this can wheel. So I'll just take the Prey Upon and see where that leads us. And what do we have here? A couple of uncommons. So there's an uncommon, a rare, and something else missing. I guess another common. I think here I'll just take the Villagers. It's a pretty decent body, and there's not much else really. I mean, the Typhoid Rads are decent, so is this thing, or also the Walking Corpse, or even this Lost in the Mist. But seeing as how I picked the Prey Upon already, I'm gonna grab the Villagers here because it also plays nicely with my Prey Upon that I picked here. So I'm gonna grab that, and then either go into green-white aggro probably, or some kind of green aggro build. Okay, so there's a couple of options here. I think these four up here are the best cards in the pack. Dissipate is fine. What does this do? Exile card, not great. Return two target cards, nah, not really. So Deadweight is probably the best, but I don't think I want to go into another color. If I were to take a black card, the Deadweight will definitely be better than the Interceptor. So I think it's between the Thraben Sentry or whatever this guy is called, or the Festerhide Boar. And between these two, I think the Boar, we're not sure if we're white. We couldn't even be just splashing white. And although I think this one is a bit better, I think I'd rather just pick the green card here. That leaves us more into green, because we're not even sure if we're going to end up playing white here. So, and here, again, sticking to our colors, we have two options. One is the what's this guy's name? Lumberknot, which is okay but not excellent. And then we have a Smite the Monstrous, which is pretty decent. And I think it's probably gonna be my pick. This would be good in the kind of mill deck, the mill zombie deck. This, I guess, would be decent somewhere. Grave Bramble, not really my thing. Mulch is, I mean, okay, I guess, but not something I'm really excited about. I'll just take the Smite the Monstrous here. Seems like decent removal that I can probably main deck. And here I think it's definitely the Orchard Spirit, or however you pronounce this, the pick. Again, there's some black that we're getting, the Interloper, and we saw another one of those, and Deadweight. So black could be a bit open, but then again, we didn't see such sick signs that black was open. Green seems quite a bit open as well, so we'll just go ahead and take that. Moonmist is not the worst if you're like in green-red werewolves, I guess. This is also good. We see some blue that is open as well for the mill deck, but yeah, I think it's a bit late to be jumping into that. So Caravan Vigil can be decent. I mean, especially if you want to splash white and maybe play some other color. And I think it's going to be my pick. Otherwise, I can take this, but that's not so great, and we didn't really see any signs of red being open. Or this, I guess, could be acceptable as well. Or maybe the stake. Maybe actually the wooden stake is better. I'd rather take the Caravan Vigil. It helps us splash our colors if that's what we want to do. And here some black cards that I don't really care about. Ranger's Guile. I don't think this is real. Well, it could be a decent trick. Wooden Stake. Yeah, I'm not really too excited about this card. I think I'll just take the Ranger's Guile. I don't think we're gonna start it, but you never know. And here, Moonmist or Kindercatch. I think the Kindercatch is the pick, although Moonmist is arguably a better card. We don't have that very many werewolves right now, and this is a decent card to top the curve, I guess. I mean, I think so. 6/6 is pretty big. I mean, it gets through the big fat 1/6 crabs and those kind of things. Well, this is pretty decent, I think. +1/+1 for each creature your opponent controls. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just take this. Yeah, I think it's a bit late for this card to be going around, so I'll just take that. Not much I really want here. I guess I can just take this, maybe as a sideboard card of sorts. And I don't really care about the blindness. I guess I'll just take the green card. This one, right? Yeah. I would just take this. Yeah, so not the most exciting first pack, I think. We didn't get any broken cards. We just got a couple of decent ones with a Geist, whatever rig, and the Bonds of Faith. Although we did open a Mikaeus, so that's pretty decent, and it works pretty well with the green-white aggro deck, I guess. So I do a cost sort. I think one of the important parts of that deck is to get a couple of early 2-drops and 3-drops, so we are kind of missing in that regard. But yeah, even a splash, if that's what I end up doing, Mikaeus is pretty decent. Because there is also the option to go like red, green aggro, I guess, and just splash white for the Bonds of Faith off the Caravan Vigil and some Grottos that we can pick up. Anyway, Mikaeus is the best card here, and I'm gonna pick him. Easy pick. And what do we have here? Ooh, Slayer of the Wicked. This is definitely a nice one to pick up. After that, if I were in Tinder, I would think about the Reckless Wave, just go for the like aggro build. But now I think we're definitely just green-white. I'd like to pick up some travel preparations now. When I see them, I'll try to pick them a bit higher. Murder of Crows is a nice one to see, but we're not into white, into blue. And yeah, I don't see much that we can wheel here. I'd be happy to wheel this. It's okay, I guess, if we wheel that, or even the Sharpened Pitchfork. Though I don't know how many humans we have. But yeah, here it's definitely the Wicked, the card I'm gonna pick. The Slayer of the Wicked. And now, what the hell is this? 2-4 reach. And I can get bigger. Oh, this looks pretty decent. But I think the pick is definitely the Pilgrim here. It helps accelerate into other stuff. And yeah, that seems pretty good. What does this do? Accelerate from the graveyard. Blah, that seems pretty bad. So again, nothing too exciting except this here in the pack for us. So I don't see anything we might wheel. I guess I'm okay with wheeling any of these 1-drops, but yeah, I'll just take the Pilgrim here. And what do we have here? I'm definitely gonna pick a 2-drop here. So it's either a Spectral Rider, which is arguably the best card, or an Ambush Viper. As I said, the Spectral Rider is definitely better, but it's a bit tougher on the mana. I guess turn 1 this guy and turn 2 Spectral Rider isn't that awkward, because this one gives me white mana. Yeah, I think I'll just take the Rider here. I mean, this is a fine card, but I don't want more 4-drops. I just want fast, aggressive creatures. And the Intimidate could be relevant, so I'll just pick that, I guess. Spirit Knight, not a human. That kind of sucks, but yeah, I'm gonna pick that. And here, pretty underwhelming. Burning Vengeance is kind of an archetype of its own, which could be interesting, but that's not something I'm gonna go into. I'll just go actually ahead and hide this thing. Clara and Vigil, I don't really want multiple of these, so I can either pick up the Selfless Cathar. This thing looks pretty bad. This thing doesn't look really exciting. I think I'll just pick up that Selfless Cathar. And yeah, see where that leads us. And here it's between the Chapelgeist and the Silver Inlaid Dagger. But I don't know how many humans we have. What do we... Okay, that was not a good idea. Yeah, I wouldn't have that very many humans, and I think the Chapelgeist is a better option anyway. So I'll go ahead and pick that. And ooh, yeah, I'm very happy to see the Gastaff Shepherd, because, well, that leads me to believe that A, green is open, and, well, 2, I'm happy just to see a 2-drop, because that's something I actually want here. This deck wants to be as aggressive as possible, so I need a lot of 2-drops and good stuff like that. And that makes me as well happy to see another Pilgrim here. So I'll just go ahead and pick that. And I'll just grab the Griffin here. I'm not super excited about this guy and this pig, but it's still a decent card, so I'll grab that. And the Pitchfork could be decent. I don't know how many humans we have. I guess we have 1, 2, 3, maybe 3, 4-ish if we're lucky. Yeah, I think it's definitely the pick anyway. There's not anything else that I really want. So hey, look, the Spider Wheel. I think this is decent. I don't know if I'm gonna start it, but it's a decent card to at least consider sideboarding. So this is a possibility. Naturalize, I think, is gonna be a pick just as a sideboard card. This I'm not really excited about. Maybe I am. Maybe I can splash. I'll just pick that one actually. Maybe if I open some really nice red cards, I can splash this. It seems pretty decent if we go for a really aggressive deck. With that in mind, I'll pick the second Caravan Vigil, although I probably won't. Oh, that's a pretty late hover. Although I probably won't play the both Caravan Vigils. Maybe none if I actually don't splash a third color. I guess if I pick up a few more token generators, I can play that Hauberk, and that's pretty good. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about, splashing red. I just opened the Devil's Play, which is arguably the best card in the format. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pick that. There are a couple of green cards, so a couple of decent green cards, so there is actually a possibility of me wheeling the travel preparations, which would be pretty decent. I will not be sad about that. What the hell does this do? Yeah, not for this format, I don't think. And yeah, it's definitely the Devil's Play here, although the flashback is not looking very realistic, but whatever. It's still a fireball. And that way we can splash the flash. Ooh, and speaking about sick red cards. So yeah, I'm gonna pick that as well. I mean, I have just some insane late game with a Heretic's Punishment and Devil's Play, and I can even splash the... What the hell is that card called? The one with the red flashback that I picked in the end. See, I probably hit it. Yeah, I can splash that anyway. There's not very much else anyway. I mean, this is a very sick card, but I'm not on that color. So otherwise, I guess the Juggernaut will be the pick, but yeah. Heretic's Punishment it is. And now, I have some options. I can either pick up a Voiceless Spirit, which is pretty good, or I can pick up a Blazing Torch. This guy is decent as well, but I mean, I don't want to go overboard with a splash. Another one of these. So I think it's, as I said, between the Spirit and the Torch. How many creatures do I have? Like 15. This is a 3-drop. I think I just take the Torch here. I think that's better. I can wheel one of the white cards, either this or the Unruly Mob. I'm not happy about the Unruly Mob, but I guess it's okay. And now I'll just take the Wolf here. I mean, I like the Viper. I like that it's a 2-drop, and I really want a 2-drop, but I think the Wolf is just way better than it, so I'll just pick that. Creepy Dot is interesting, but I really want aggressive cards here, so I'll just go ahead and grab that. Yeah, well, I mean, or I can, yeah, no. I mean, I could like go into red and just splash white, like the Micaiah Slayer and this, and just splash it off the Pilgrim. What is my white now, actually? Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. I think I'm just still taking the Wolf here. Oh, that's interesting then. So I actually have a choice. I mean, what do I lose if I pick something like, say, this thing instead of a white card? Can't possibly be right. I lose Sell that, kind of sucks. The worst thing I lose is a Spectral Rider. I mean, white doesn't seem really open. I guess I lose this, which is pretty decent. Probably these cards I would splash Splayer, Micaiah's, and Bonds of Faith off these two, maybe a Plains and a Caravan Vigil. I think the Doom Travel is still better. That's a tough pick. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility to actually play red instead of white. Maybe it was better, but I don't know. I think I mean, it's definitely makes an easier splash, and the white doesn't seem so open here. But yeah, whatever. I'll just take the Blood Crazed Neonate here because there aren't any green or white cards that I want to play. So I'll just take that as a maybe. Okay, but that's decent. I'll just take the Outcasts here. I definitely, this ended up much more mid-range than I really wanted. I wouldn't have minded a couple more 2-drops and 3-drops. And so that's 8, so I'm gonna take, I guess a Boneyard Worm, though. I don't really have much to do with it. I don't want Hounds, I don't want to Naturalize, I'll just take the Worm. Hopefully wheel the Travel Preparations. I did not. But it did wheel a Prey Upon, which I guess is fine. I mean, I don't have that many things that work with Prey Upon, but I guess it's fine. Otherwise it's a Sentry, but nah, I think I'd just rather take the Prey Upon. And here I'll just take another Spy. I don't really like Spidery Grasp or any of the other ones, and I guess this plays nicely with Prey Upon. Yeah, so I'll take another one of these guys. Still not impossible to just splash the white. Let's see what the deck looks like in the end. I don't want any of these cards. Sure, I'll just take, yeah, that, whatever. Yeah. That's definitely an interesting dilemma there. If I were to splash red or white, let's just put the green stuff here that we're gonna play for sure, and then we'll see. I'll play this. Won't play 2 of these. Prey Upon, Ranger's Guide. I don't think I'll put it as a maybe. Maybe as well. Not you. These guys I'm not playing. I don't know about the spiders. I don't know about the Kindercatch. Okay. So this is my green. Let's see what it looks like with white. So I guess I have a... Let's put the good white cards. Yeah, that's fine. Chapel Guys, Griffin, Slayer. These things. Thing is, I don't know how great it is to just play these small white creatures, like white 1/1s, if we don't really have any token generators or things that take advantage of sacrificing or the travel preparations. So that's why well, yeah, I'm actually missing Devil's Play and Heretic's Punishment. So this is what it looks like with one more card. Let's see which one. So that's this variation. Another one would be to just... Yeah, actually I don't even know if I want the rally the peasants in this version, because it's not so aggressive actually. Prey Upon is removal here. Yeah, let's just try something else quickly. Let's take out the cards we don't really want if we are not splashing white. So all of these cards, and we just splash those 3 white cards and we play red. Let's see how that looks like. So we play these aggressive cards. That. And that's 21. Yeah, it doesn't look so great. Doesn't make an easier splash though. But I don't really gain anything off that except the fact that it's easier to splash white. So yeah, not a good idea. I'll just splash the red. So let me put back these cards in. So we are gonna be playing white. The thing is, I'm missing 2 cards, and what are we gonna play? I'll be splashing red, so I want one of those Caravan Vigils. There we go. So that goes here, that goes here. This is stay there. These are all removal. Excess. Bonds of Faith, that's removal. That's removal. Okay, so I would need one more card to go with this. Possibly, let's take a look at what our options are. None of the red ones. No, none of these things. Kindercatch, one of the spiders. I don't think we have any advantage, any way to take advantage of this. Rally the Peasants, I don't think we're aggressive enough to play that either. Humans, what's a human count? 1, 2, 2.5. Another half, so that's 3, 4, 4.5. So 5.5. I don't think that's good enough. So it's really between one of these cards. Obviously, I don't see what any of these do. I don't think that's a good idea. So it's basically Kindercatch or the spider. And I think I'll just go with the spider here. It's easier on my mana, and it can get pretty big. It works with travel preparations, Prey Upon. Yeah. So I think that's fine. Yeah, how does this work? I mean, I look for a card, and if something died, I put it into the battlefield instead. Okay. Right. Is this what I want to go for? I guess it is. I mean, I'm not super excited about the deck, but I have some decent cards. Devil's Play and whatnot. I think I'll just try this then. I'll add some land then. I want something like 2 mountains, so that makes 3 sources with a Caravan Vigil. So that's fine. 2 mountains I'm happy with, and then what do you suggest? Magical Line? No, I don't want 3 mountains. So cost sort, color sort. So what do we have? 17, 15 cards. So 8, 7. I think 8, 7 looks okay. I don't have any double green cards, but I do want green early for that. I have a double white here, for which I kind of need the plains, and otherwise I don't have that much white or stuff that needs white. 8, 7. I could go for 9, 6, but I think 6 is a bit sketchy with a Spectral Rider, so I'll just go with that. Yeah, I guess I'll try that. Let's see how that works out, and I'll see you in the first round.